Welcome back to the Podgressives Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dakota. That thing over there is the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
I don't know. He just keeps showing up, and you just have to talk to him for an hour.
Yeah.
We've been gone for a couple of weeks because we had trips, and I was moving. We got a new studio.
Yeah, new studio. Looking good.
Also, yeah, I don't know. It was just we had pre-recorded episodes, and then I didn't have time to edit them, so we weren't able to release them. But we're back and better than ever. And we're gonna be yapping about some shit. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about because of that time gap. So much.
A lot of stuff has happened in this time.
A lot of stuff has happened. Okay, I think we got to start with the DC takeover,
Yes.
National Guard takeover of DC. I think this is one of the most important things going on right now. It's very insane. Very insane. Very objectively insane. Okay, so DC, District of Columbia, the capital of the United States of America. It is technically not a state. It's not in any state. It's a city, and it's not inside of any state. It does not have statehood, and the reason that's important is because that is part of the reason why Trump was able to deploy the National Guard in this way to fight the crime emergency. He wouldn't have been able to do this in New York City, even though he did a similar thing recently in LA, where he deployed the National Guard to help with the LA protests or something. I don't know. The violent riots. The violent pro-immigrant riots. Yeah, so he did that, and that was legally questionable as well. Yeah. This is legally questionable because he's declaring a state of emergency, saying that crime is completely out of control in D.C., and one of the inciting incidents of this was Big Balls. Okay, this is actual news in America. We're at the point in America where the headlines of a federal takeover of the nation's capital city, a national troop, almost invasion to stamp down on homeless people and minorities, is literally the inciting incident of that. And this is the fucking mainstream media is presenting it as, is fucking that. Not that they're lying. I'm just saying this is where we are. The inciting incident of all that is some guy named Big Balls who works for some stupid agency called Doge that's literally named after a fucking meme because some stupid billionaire was like, I'm going to fuck up the government and I'm going to name it after a Dogecoin. Fucking idiot. And some dude named Big Balls, some 19-year-old named Big Balls, got beat up by two 15-year-olds. And then Trump's like, oh, no, we got to send in the National Guard and fucking destroy DC. Bomb DC.
Yeah, jeez.
No, it's so stupid. Yeah. It's so stupid.
And one of the 15-year-olds is a girl.
Yeah.
He got beat up by a 15-year-old girl.
It was a 15-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy beat the shit out of Big Balls.
Yeah, fucked up.
Which is fucking, it was, when I first saw it, I was like, why is this, I don't care. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know. I mean, you got beat up by two teenagers. I don't really give a shit. My condolences to Big Balls and his medical bills, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure he'll be just fine. No, this is completely stupid because Washington, D.C. is not crime-ridden and out of control. No. In fact, in America, across the spectrum, has had a vast decrease in crime. Specifically, D.C. has had, last year, 2024, was a 30-year low in crime.
Yeah.
On top of that, in the first quarter of 2025, compared to the first quarter of 2024, which again was a 30-year low, it's down 26% more. So there's no argument to say that crime is out of control other than saying Big Balls got assaulted by two kids. It's
Big Balls got assaulted by some thugs.
Yeah, some violent thugs. Dude, it's so funny. I can't. It is the most unserious thing ever.
Yeah.
Talking about the most serious thing ever.
It's just that cops are walking around every block.
Yeah.
Just oh shit, I'm so tired. But the cops
imagine me.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. The cops are walking around every block, and then they're just harassing minorities.
Yeah. I mean,
pretty
DC
much
is
everyone, but mostly black people.
DC is a majority black city.
Yeah.
And they've seemingly been talking about doing similar things in other cities that
Chicago,
have black mayors.
New York.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of other mostly blue cities, I guess you can say, but mostly where the mayor's not white.
Yeah, and They obviously want to do this in New York City. I think that would be their next option. If Mamdani wins the New York City election for mayor, they're definitely going to try to do this in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump has already talked about it. He's like, we could take over.
Yeah, they're like, we can take over, federalize New York.
We're going to do Sharia law, and we're going to take over. Yeah. We're going to stop 9/11 too. That Mamdani's going to do himself. He's going to be in the cockpit of the plane. It's just so stupid, dude. But no, for real, it is the most insane thing because it seemingly the interception, like I said, I mean, obviously Trump wanted to do this anyways. He was going to go and invade and, use the National Guard to pick on cities that he didn't like, even though it's literally the one he lives in and all these things. He's trying to be a fascist authoritarian leader. He's doing everything he can to nationalize the police, nationalize ICE agents, do all these he's just doing crazy shit where he's trying to, I'm going to say militarize, by the way. Like he wants to be able to use the military on American citizens. And this is a step towards that. And it's very scary. And here's the thing, too. So, first of all, I have to say this. Not only is it based on nothing, because the crime is actually significantly down. And I saw one thing that I thought was really funny where it was like, we need to make fun of conservatives for being scared of, cities. Because it's like, people, and, okay, well, I'll get to that in a second. But people just need to stop. The crime panic is out of control when crime is going down consistently, and it's really fucking stupid. It's most likely because of just the vast reporting on every single kind of crime and how seemingly it's out of control because you just see it everywhere. Yeah. But it has gone down significantly, and I think it's really important to note. Because I think even people on the left or liberal side feel like crime is out of control and insane, which in some places it is. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't know. It feels like
I think we're I mean, I've just heard of this on the news, but where crime is mostly going up like crazy is like red states.
I have heard that crime is higher in red states. Yeah,
crime's higher in those kind of areas, which makes sense.
I mean, if you have red states and leaders that are against social safety nets and things like that, then of course people's material conditions are going to be worse. And if they're worse, then they're going to do more crime. That's kind of just how it works. So not only is this based on nothing, but it's also incredibly expensive. And I have a post here that I wanted to show. This is a report from the National Priorities Project, and it shows that this action is not only super expensive, but it's actually cost more than double what it would cost to literally provide public housing for every single homeless person in DC.
I saw this interview from a homeless person in DC. And she's pretty much like, I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to be in the way of everyone's. I just want a home.
Exactly. No one wants to be homeless.
So they're not random people I just want to be homeless and do nothing.
No, you don't understand. See, I want to be homeless. I could buy a house right now if I wanted to. I could get a job right now if I wanted to. Yeah. I just feel like going around and doing drugs and beating people up instead. Yeah. And sleeping on the street in a tent. That's that's my dream life.
Yeah, that's someone's dream life.
Maybe one dude has said that. I don't think people say that in mass by any stretch of the imagination.
It's just what Republicans make up in their mind and just spout on the news and stuff, and it's not
for sure. And also, it's not only Republicans though. It's definitely a little bit of more conservative Democrats as well. I think fall victim to this framing a lot too, where they feel like the thing we have to do is crack down on crime and get these homeless people out of the way because they're doing all these crimes. And I mean, I understand you see a homeless person, and I understand feeling a little bit uneasy because they're in a situation it's just important to remember that the reason that homeless people are concerning is not just because they're violent inherently or they're bad people inherently. It's because they are in a situation where they are desperate, and because they are desperate, they might be more prone to certain types of actions that are not good. You know what I mean? It's not that they are morally failing.
It's just they need to survive.
They need to survive, and in order to survive, if things are not going their way, they might do things that you don't want them to do. Yeah. So it's understandable to feel a little bit put off when you see homeless people, but you gotta reanalyze why, because I think it's really easy to be homeless people scary. We gotta get those out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those degenerates or whatever. But that's not the case. You gotta think about it a little bit deeper. Okay, this is a report from the National Priorities. So. It says ending homelessness in D.C. could be cheaper than deploying troops. Deploying the National Guard in D.C. to help law enforcement terrorize homeless people cost at least $424,000 taxpayer dollars a day. On a daily basis, the cost of operating public housing for the 3,782 people who are unhoused in D.C. is less than half the cost of deploying the National Guard. So this is where you can see the comparison. It is literally less than half.
Yeah.
It would cost $24,000 to deploy these troops, and it would cost $169,000 to literally basically supply a house for every single unhoused person in DC, which is ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Now, this takeover, it's worth noting too, is limited to 30 days.
Yeah, I know.
After 30 days,
they have to go to Congress, right?
Congress has to determine whether or not this emergency is like a valid emergency, whether or not it's an actual emergency.
Yeah.
Which I would imagine they wouldn't do.
We'll see.
But I don't know. We'll see. So, the situation is horrible, but the situation is horrible. But it's also a great display, though, of how further policing and law enforcement does not fix crime or material conditions of like the population. It actually breeds outrage and harassment of like more marginalized people, and it takes funding that's very valuable away from fixing those material conditions. For example, providing public housing to every single unhoused person in DC. Instead of doing that, they're like, let's crack down on these homeless people because they're scary and they're gonna hurt big balls again or something. They're gonna hurt small balls too.
Yeah,
it's stupid. And I think that, like I was saying, I think like some liberal people should also re-examine that notion a little bit. You know, like I think that most liberals look at Trump's deployment of the National Guard DC and they go, that's scary and bad. But I think it's important to know or to understand that it's not that far off. It's definitely far off, but it's like, it's just important to understand why it's bad. And that's not just bad because Trump's doing it. It's bad because it's not fixing the problem. And it's similar to just going, crime is going up. We just pour a shit ton more money into law enforcement, ICE officers, fucking police officers, instead of like providing public housing, instead of affordable healthcare, free healthcare, things like that. Those kind of things would decrease crime way more than upping police to go harass minorities more. Like, not that every police does that, but it's the outcome a lot of times. And it's not really fixing anything. It's just locking the problem away.
Yeah.
And it's costing more money than it would to just fix the problem, the root cause of the problem instead.
Yeah, because it's like they can always, add more money to ICE, FBI, all these like federal agencies and the military. But they're like, no, we can't afford free healthcare or public housing. That's not
actually. That's communism. Don't you understand?
That's communism.
Don't you understand?
Stop asking for us to do that. We're not going to do it anyways, but stop asking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's kind of all about the DC stuff. I think that's a very important thing to be looking at. There's just police everywhere there. I've seen videos of people just being harassed by them. I've seen videos of this one guy. He went on a run. I don't have it with me, but this guy, he went on a run in DC and he was showing just like the police just everywhere.
Yeah, no, I saw that too, where he was like going down near Union Station and all these trucks, heavy trucks and all that were just like stationed there. And like, it's crazy.
It's insane. It's fascism. That's what it is. It's just an attempt to create a police state to essentially go after marginalized people and low-income people for a reason that is literally based on a falsehood, a lie that crime is out of control.
Yeah, total crime. I'm just looking at my thing that I brought with like the statistics about like the crime's down like 27%
since last year.
Yeah, since last year. Yeah, and that's just last year.
Last year was 30-year low.
Yeah. So
what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
And then you'll see on like Fox News and on Republican outlets, you'll see them talk about this and go, people are gonna try to tell you. I saw this clip. I don't remember who was saying it, but it was like people are gonna try to tell you that crime is down, but don't listen to them. And then they have some anecdotal story about someone who was killed or like assaulted, and it's like just because crime is down doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it still happens.
Yeah, just because crime is down doesn't mean we shouldn't still combat it. But the way to combat it is not to send the fucking National Guard into D.C.
Yeah.
The way to combat it is to fix people's material conditions that cause them to do crimes in the first place. It's the stupidest shit ever. I hate when people do that. I don't know. It just pisses me off.
Yeah.
And you never see it. You never see it like it feels like.
No.
I've never seen anyone on CNN go like, how about instead of increasing the police budget, we just like fucking help people.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need to do.
No,
that's charity's job.
yeah, that's
that are like then eventually run into fucking scams or just used as tax write-offs. It's fucking charity is like, okay, charity is good. I'm not anti-charity, but the existence of charity and GoFundMe and stuff like that is literally a consequence of like our government not providing those things that are very necessary.
No.
Charity should not have to exist.
Like when you go to any convenience store in like the South, you'll see like a GoFundMe for like someone.
Dude, that Subway we went to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That Subway had. So we went to the Subway when we were leaving South.
It was in North Carolina. I think.
Yeah, it was in North Carolina, and it had like a GoFundMe for somene's like
healthcare. It was like
healthcare.
They had a stroke and they needed to raise like $10,000 for the medical bill.
Yeah.
It was, and they had raised a couple $1,000s from people donating, just finding the things like this. People probably sharing it. That shouldn't have to happen.
No, the government should be there for you.
Exactly, and it's the same thing with like homelessness charities and stuff like that. Like we shouldn't have to be at the whim. And here's the thing too, it's like with Bill Gates, I'm pretty sure he's the billionaire guy who said like, when I die, I'm going to donate 99% of my net worth to the Bill Gates, charity foundation or whatever, to be dispersed and help people or whatever. And it's like, yeah, fine, but your wealth concentration getting to that point is already harming people by doing that. Like getting to that point of wealth is inherently harmful in the way you have to get there, and just holding it in general is a bad thing. And then the thing is too, is the fact that we have to rely on billionaires to support charities to fucking have these programs is stupid, because then it leaves what programs are important up to the whimsy of some random billionaire. It's like we should have all of the money that Bill Gates has that he's going to donate. Maybe not all of it, because we don't have to take 99% of his net worth or whatever. But if we were to just seize it with like an increase in high marginal income taxes or whatever it is, if we were to just tax that money away from Bill Gates, from Elon Musk, and then democratically allocate that money to these programs with government programs that do the same thing that these charities are trying to do, then it would make a lot more sense. Make a lot more sense. We shouldn't have like, oh, billionaires, please donate, please. We'll give you tax incentives if you donate to charity. Like, that's not what we should be doing. We should just use the money and democratically allocate it with our government. Makes a lot more sense.
Also, like, I saw this thing about Bill Gates. One of his foundations is like, they're like stopping pregnancies in Uganda or some African country for like 7 years.
Stopping pregnancies?
Yeah, I don't know what you call it. I guess sterilization.
Like abortions?
Not abortions. It's just like, well, I mean,
like removing the fetus? Like what?
No, they're not like removing fetuses from anyone, but there's this like African country where teen pregnancies is like shot through the roof the last like a couple years, and they're like sterilizing people.
Oh, like making them so they can't have kids.
Yeah, for like it's like for 7 years or something.
Why?
I don't know. I guess the population's grown so much, or I don't know, like what is it? But I thought that was really weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know. Yeah. Why they would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm also seeing here you wrote that Ohio, West Virginia, South Carolina sent their
National Guard in
to DC.
Yeah, to DC. Yeah, to DC.
I didn't realize it was from those states. That's interesting.
Yeah,
but that's kind of the moral of the story with DC. Yeah, is we shouldn't be doing it this way.
No,
this is complete bullshit. We should be fixing people's material conditions. This is more expensive.
Yeah,
than doing that.
Literally, like I saw this video of like some guy filming like 3 FBI agents like just standing around DC doing nothing, and literally some guy was like, "That's $600 and something thousand just standing around doing nothing."
Dude, exactly. And I saw another clip of some guy that was like being harassed in DC.
Yeah,
I think he was like I want to say he was like a Mexican guy that was driving his car, and some like police guy just like pulled him over and was like, "I'm under direct authority by Donald Trump. I don't know if you've heard, he's sending the National Guard and buffing up police to fix the fight on crime or whatever." And he was just like, he was so empowered to just be a piece of shit and just harass this random Mexican guy. Like there's no point, there's no reason. He was just driving around, he was just doing his thing. But they're just like, well, you live in a police state now thanks to President Donald Trump, so.
Tell him you said thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, you better say thank you. I'm gonna fucking just harass everyone that I see that I think looks suspicious. That homeless guy over there.
Yeah, I saw this one video of these like it was like a black neighborhood or whatever, and there's like police harassing these black teens, and this guy was like, he was like saying like, because there was like some black cops also that was like harassing the black teens too, or like with the white officers. And they're like, man, how do you fuck around with these fucking pigs, man?
Oh god, I think I might have seen that video.
I'll have to like send it to you.
I mean, it's worth noting that like just because a cop or law enforcement or whatever is black doesn't mean they're not racist. Like doesn't even mean that they're not anti-black racist. Like you know, obviously if you're black and you've experienced anti-black racism, you would be less likely to be anti-black racist. But that being said, I mean, there's black conservatives that exist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a thing because the white supremacy is so instilled in people that you can still, as a black person, develop racial profiling of other black people. It's not good, but it is something that happens. Like just because a cop is black doesn't mean there's. For example, like a lot of my family is from Memphis, Tennessee, and they talk about how crime is out of control there. And I've read some of the like local news there, and they talk about how the police force is really racist there. Yeah, really racist, and really, really aggressive, and it's also majority black. Yeah, like it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a super wholesome. Just because it's a cop, a black cop, it doesn't change the dynamic really. No. It makes it probably a little less likely they're going to be super racist to some black guy, but it doesn't eliminate that possibility.
I don't know.
You sent the thing?
Oh no, I thought I sent it to you, but I couldn't find it. Here, just go check though.
What did you say? Is it? Up
it was like I think it's up there somewhere. It's not the one you sent me where he's like the other.
I don't know. Wait, let's watch this real quick. This is the video we were talking
about. Through D.C. and show you what it looks like now that the Trump administration has sent in the National Guard and federalized our police force. Didn't even get to start the run. I'm on my block. We've got police right here. This is Border Patrol, and then these are some unmarked vehicles, as well as more Border Patrol. Now following that group of cars, we're about 4 blocks in. All right, just got to Union Station. Here is what the scene looks like. Whoa. Kind of a weird scene here, but we've got 3 of these military trucks sitting behind me. Now I'm headed in the direction of the Capitol. There's a bunch of whistles blowing.
Can I just say, as a runner, it's hard to talk while you're running. Yeah. And this is impressive. Yeah. He's doing political commentary while he's running. That's kind of impressive. Like, I gotta say. I respect it. Yeah. Also, I just noticed my friend Ben, shout out Ben, he commented, love to see my tax dollars getting flushed down the toilet so the big orange baby can have his temper tantrum. Yeah. Hell yeah, Ben.
Dude, it's crazy. Trump's already spent, I already told you this, I think a while ago, but Trump's already spent like $53 million on golf trips with like his security detail and like just
also $200 million on a fucking golden ballroom.
Yeah, dude, the Oval Office is like
it's fucking nothing but gold.
Yeah, literally.
He's put gold on everything. Yeah. It's so stupid. Yeah. Oh, he's such a fucking.
Hopefully, like because when Donald Trump loses. Hopefully, like the Democrats like cancel the ballroom or something. I feel like they got
like actually I kind of like it. Yeah, I like it. Newsom gets in there. He's like, I kind of like the idea of a golden ballroom.
Yeah, let's just not fix the housing crisis.
Yeah.
As well as a bunch of sirens coming up the street, it sounds like. I'm not sure what building this is, but it turns out it's megaphones and pots and pans, and they're trying to disturb whatever building this is. Just to be 100% clear, none of these videos are meant for like fear-mongering, not trying to scare anyone. I just simply want to show you what it looks like, and obviously draw your own conclusions. I'm not here to necessarily put out a narrative, but at the same time, if there is something that is blatantly obvious and a threat to people's safety and other DC residents, I'm going to call it out in the video, even if it's my opinion. I just circled back to head back to Martin Luther King Jr. Library now that it is shut down to see what happens. And in front of me, I have about 8 agents along with police. We got Border Patrol, Secret Service, Homeland Security investigations, and one that just says federal agent. Get the fuck out of Your father never loved you! There's a group of Border Patrol and MPD behind me. They just stopped 2 men for smoking weed, which to my knowledge is legal in DC. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Just in the few blocks that I walked alongside those federal.
I've seen clips too of like, I think it was in DC where it was like a cop going up to someone sitting on their front porch drinking alcohol, and the cop was like, you can't, just so you know, we're cracking down on crime, public intoxication is a big thing. It's like, he's on his fucking front porch.
Yeah, dude, I think that's the same one. No, there's a different video of this guy smoking on his porch, and the guy's like, just tell your guys or whatever, or to watch out or whatever.
He said, tell your homies.
Yeah, it was something like that.
tell your homies or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was the same video.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, this is just harassment, just going up to someone's front porch and harassing them for no reason. Like, if the guy had been even a little bit, like, you know, understandably upset with the officer, things probably would have gotten violent very fast.
Yeah.
And he should be able to be like, what are you doing on my porch harassing me about something that's legal?
Yeah.
But if he does that, he's probably going to get fucking assaulted by the cop. Like, that's another thing. I don't know.
It's so fucking annoying.
You want to move on to Hamas, ceasefire, Palestine. Hamas. Yeah. So we got some shit going on in Gaza.
Yeah.
Breaking news, there's a genocide happening.
Oh, really?
Says the New York Times, and then they go, actually, never mind.
Yeah, then they go, nope, it's not. Nothing's happening.
They go. Here's a genocide scholar talking about how this is a genocide. That's genocide we've been defending for the past 22 months. And then next week they sent some Zionist guy to go on there and be like, there's no genocide. What's that even mean? Genocide this, genocide that.
Nazi this, Nazi
exactly.
this.
Greg Gutfield. That was fucking crazy.
God.
Okay, so Hamas yesterday agreed to a 60-day ceasefire and a hostage exchange deal, so far as Israel agrees not to resume fire afterwards. Israel, in response to this, did not respond and instead announced that they're sending 60,000 reservists to further invade the Gaza city and do a complete takeover, as if they haven't already done that. So I've got an article here.
Yeah, is it the CNN article?
I've got two. That one was about the ceasefire, but I think,
okay.
I mean, honestly, the ceasefire, all you really got to know about the ceasefire is
Israel's going to violate it.
basically, it was a 60-day thing where after the ceasefire, what Hamas had agreed to anyways, was that they would not resume fire after the 60 days were up. Of course, I'm sure Israel does not want to do that. They've done that time and time again, where Hamas has repeatedly said they will put down their arms, they will step out of power, and they will give back the hostages if they have a guarantee that there will be no genocide after.
Israel's like, nah, we don't really want to do that.
And Israel has repeatedly shut it down because they want Hamas there, because they want to continue to have a reason to do the ethnic cleansing campaign that they've been enacting.
Dude.
But
I don't even think this one won't even last. I mean, it's not
even going to happen.
Hamas is like, we agree. Israel's like, we're going to send 60,000 additional troops in there and just obliterate the whole thing.
Exactly. It is, if Israel wanted to reach a ceasefire, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's right in front of their eyes. They could literally do it right now. At any point. At any point they wanted to. And at any point Donald Trump wanted them to. They could do it right now. If Donald Trump was like, Israel, you're going to agree to this Hamas ceasefire, I don't give a shit, you're going to do it. Or else we will stop all aid to you. Or else we will invade. You know, like, it could get to that point.
I mean, the last time like a president like called Israel up and like, hey, cut this shit out was literally Joe Biden in 2022 was like, stop it. And then they stopped.
12 day. It was a 12-day. He called. 12 days later, it was over. That could happen at any point. And multiple different presidents have done that exact same thing, where because of how much power we have over Israel, one phone call, one threat, can immediately end it. And you know, I think that's something that's also worth. One thing that's worth saying about that is like a lot of like right wingers have started to take over because the Democrats have been so shit on this issue. A lot of right wingers have started to take over the narrative on the Gaza stuff and saying, you know, Israel is controlling all of our politicians and stuff. And, you know, the thing is, that's so close to the truth, because AIPAC and like, I think J Street is another one. These Israeli lobbies lobby the shit out of our government.
Yeah, literally.
And almost every single Democratic and Republican politician,
98% of Congress is under AIPAC's belt.
Exactly. And they're paid by the Israeli lobby to defend Israel at every step of the way.
Yeah.
But it's not that it's kind of like a dog tail wagging the dog situation when people say that, because that's not the case. Like, Israel is an extension of us. It's not the other way around. It's not. It feels that way sometimes, but that's not the case. Because, you know, I don't know. It just feels like people like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Dude, literally, she's like, it's a genocide.
She is outflanking the Democrats on this issue, and that's really bad, because when you don't have any sort of counter narrative to the anti-Semitic I mean, because Marjorie Taylor Greene is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
She's the Jewish space lasers girl.
Yeah.
She's crazy. And
She's the weather
super
machine.
Anti-Semitic, literally. She
She's the
thinks
person
Jews
that-
have weather machines and they're
Yeah.
controlling our government and our media and our weather and all this shit. She's
Yeah.
stupid. She's crazy. And the fact that she is like the best voice in Congress about the issue is going to leave those. Because look, if you're think about it as like a normie person who's going, why is everyone dying in Gaza? This is fucking crazy. Why are my tax dollars going to this?
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is going out there going, we're not going to fund this anymore. This is unacceptable. This is a genocide. And everyone goes, hell yeah. And then if there's no Democrat going, here's the thing, it is, Israel is an extension of us. Like, we have the power over Israel, and this is the actions of the United States doing this, facilitating this, creating this. Instead, what's going to happen is there's no other counter narrative. So the only narrative is the one that Marjorie Taylor Greene is pushing, except for like 3 progressive Democrats or whatever the fuck, however many it is. It's increasing, but still, you see Marjorie Taylor Greene being like the best outspoken person in Congress about this, going, Israel is controlling all of our politicians. Israel is controlling the American government and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which very quickly leads into these weird anti-Semitic rabbit holes and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a bad thing that these Democratic politicians are not meeting the moment on this issue.
Yeah, no, it's not good. What?
I don't know. My camera keeps like. I'm sorry for the video watchers that my camera is so inconsistent lighting wise. I'll fix that next episode. I'm trying to adjust it. But anyways, Hamas agreed to a 6-day ceasefire, and they said they would essentially let out. I think it was. I want to say it was. They would give half of the known living hostages, or maybe it was all of them. I can't remember. Essentially, it was going to be an exchange of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners. And I don't know. It gives me an ick that when we talk about the hostages that Hamas has taken, we call them hostages. And when we talk about the hostages that Israel has taken, we call them prisoners. You know what I mean? Every single article literally does that.
Yeah.
Every single article from like CNN and New York Times that I've read on this issue, even I think in this one that I brought, the CNN article literally says, where'd it go? It's down here somewhere. Yeah, it says, a senior Hamas official told CNN the proposals call for a release of 10 living hostages and 18 deceased hostages. The hostages will be released in exchange for 140 Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences and serving 60 sentences of more than 15 years. Israel will also release all minors and female prisoners, the official said.
Holy shit.
According to the ceasefire.
God damn.
So it's like you're talking about like minors that are being arrested by a occupying force in like this territory that's being genocided. Like those are not prisoners that were committing crimes. Those are hostages.
Yeah, those are hostages.
And it's just weird that we still talk about them like as if they're different. You know, like it's a complete. And the thing is too, like I'm not saying every single Hamas hostage is a fucking like IDF member, but a lot of them are. And there's literally a fucking article from like the New York Times or the Israel Times or something like that. I don't know. That's literally like his poor boy was kidnapped from his tank.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. I'm like, what?
He was kidnapped from his tank
on October 7th.
Meanwhile, the fucking like hundreds of people that are held in Israel custody well, they threw rocks at an IDF member, so they committed a crime. It's like, but the guy in a tank that was going to blow up some Palestinian's home, that guy's fine. He was kidnapped. It's like it's just the double standard is insane. You know?
Yeah, it's like this guy that was like, wandering around in a tank somewhere.
He was peacefully wandering around in his tank in occupied land, and then they came in and swooped him up and took him out. It's tragic.
They oh my god, it's just so crazy how like news sources, like news places will just do that, where they'll be like, this little Palestinian boy or girl was throwing rocks at the oppressor, he's going to jail. And then it'll be like, this poor IDF soldier in this big ass armored tank going through this like village.
No, not that Hamas has never done anything wrong. Not that Hamas has never tortured hostages. I don't know. Like I'm not saying they never do that.
I know that like Israel like when you see hostages from Palestine come out of Israel, there's like I saw a comparison post where it's like the IDF soldier or whatever was like looked like the same when they came out, and then the Israel hostage literally was like white.
They look like a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah, literally, they looked like a Holocaust survivor.
Granted, more recent pictures of Hamas hostages.
Yeah, there's a one
are
like
famished.
One, yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, not that I'm defending like Hamas hostage or whatever. But my point is that like to be fair, Israel is starving the entire population of Gaza. Yeah. So it's not like Hamas is gonna like somehow give special treatment to the hostage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it's justifiable. I'm just saying that
Israel's starving the hostages.
Israel is the one responsible for the starvation of the hostage in this situation. Okay, well, anyways, we went on a bit of a tangent, but it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
So yeah, 60,000 reservists. Reservists, for those who don't know, which I didn't know until I
mean, it's just like when you hear about like reserve like troops here, it's just the same thing.
It's essentially, because I didn't know what it was. Essentially, what it is like it's people who have had training in the military, is my understanding, and they just go work a normal job. They go back home, and whenever the government decides to call upon them, they go to combat, or they go to war, or they go to whatever.
They go to war with children.
Yeah, pretty much.
The war on children.
And so Israel approved a deal that would essentially send 60,000 reservists to go and invade the Gaza Strip and do a complete takeover, essentially. So I've got a video that I saved here. Okay, yeah, this is just a video from CBS.
Defense Minister has approved a plan for the takeover of Gaza City. Despite international opposition, an Israeli military official says the IDF is activating 60,000 reservists for the invasion and occupation. The operation is expected to displace thousands of Palestinians in northern Gaza and worsen the hunger crisis there. Foreign correspondent Maggie Rulli is in London with more on that. Hi, Maggie. What's the latest?
Hey, Diane. Well, these call-ups of reservists are starting immediately, and Israel's military has said they'll need about 60,000 reserve soldiers to meet the manpower needed to take over Gaza City. And in addition to those 60,000, another 20,000 reservists have already been called up, and they'll receive a notice extending their current orders. Now, at the same time, Diane, we're also seeing attacks on Gaza City intensifying, and as of today, the number of Palestinians who have been killed while seeking aid since May 28th topped 2,000, according to the Hamas-run Ministry of Health.
Israel's defense minister has approved.
I didn't know that last part about the.
I mean, I'm not surprised when we filmed the last podcast. I think it was like 1,300. Yeah, it was like 1,200.
It's fucked up. Dude. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're intensifying. So while Hamas is going, hey, we agreed to the ceasefire. We'll give you hostages. You give us hostages. We won't shoot each other anymore. Instead of Israel being like, okay, we'll agree to that, which is what they would do if they want the fucking hostages back. Instead, they're going, hey, we're going to send in 60,000 reservists to go, like, take over, which as if they already haven't. They already control all of their borders and have people in the occupied territory all the time.
Literally, like, the whole of Gaza is, like, flattened in rubble.
The entirety of Gaza is flattened. But they're sending in 60,000 more people. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing it for. And they're also intensifying bombings. They're also still killing people at aid sites. It's just the most deranged shit ever. It's going to intensify the starvation, including the hostages.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It is complete bullshit. And now a lot of people that like to say like release the hostages are doing so in bad faith. A lot of them are, not all of them. A lot of them. And I think that some of the people that live in Israel that are, we've talked about before, deeply propagandized.
Yeah. At a young age. It's crazy. I was actually like, that reminds me. I was watching that one guy on Instagram that's Palestinian. He like does Omegle videos in Israel. I just stumbled upon that like little girl that like cursed him out again. I was like, this is not good at all. This girl, it was like
his name.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot, but it was just like the one with like she was 6 maybe.
Yeah.
She's just like, he's like, hi, I'm Palestinian. She's like,
she just told him to like fuck himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets really fucked up. Like not every single Israeli is this way, but a large majority of Israelis are like conditioned to be against Palestinians
and like just their existence.
This doesn't mean we should kill them or bomb them. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that I don't know. We need to figure out a way to.
Dude, they literally
them.
need to be in like re-education camps.
Yeah, I mean, like we need to find a way to make them less genocidal.
Yeah.
Because they've been literally groomed by their government into being pro-ethnic cleansing, pro-genocide.
Yeah, it's literally 70%. Was it
Yeah.
what poll was that? It was like 70 or 80% of Israelis support like ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the poll even said ethnic cleansing. Like, it was really, really fucked up. Yeah, so, but on, here's the thing. I think that a lot of people in Israel that say, release the hostages and are so adamant about releasing the hostages, I think a lot of people there actually mean it.
Yeah.
Now, not that they understand the entire dynamic. I think they're very misled.
Yeah.
But I do think, because recently there was huge protests in Tel Aviv.
Yeah. It was like
over 1 million people showed
Wow.
up to protest the Israeli government's
Yeah.
policies, Benjamin Netanyahu, because of the lack of releasing the hostages. Because
Yeah.
it's very, very clear, if you look at any of the actions of the Israeli government, that they don't give a shit about releasing the hostages.
Oh,
Every
no,
single
yeah.
deal, they'll just shoot it down. We want to keep blowing them up. We want the hostages. We want Hamas to be the scapegoat, so
Yeah.
we can continue this genocide. And so people in Israel, they maybe don't notice the genocide part, but they notice the part about how, hey, my friend who was taken hostage, that was just innocently going around in his tank,
Yeah, that was innocently wandering around in his tank.
innocently got kidnapped from his tank. That poor guy, he's still a hostage. Why haven't they done anything about that? People are
Yeah.
mad about that still. And I think it's from a genuine place.
Yeah.
I think it's misled because it should these protests are in large not about the genocide, not about the ethnic cleansing, not about the dehumanization, the starvation.
Like, we love that part. Just give
Yeah.
my friend back.
Essentially, that is the situation,
Like,
which is very fucked up. But
Yeah.
it is at least showing that people in Israel are fed up with
yeah.
what's going on. On Sunday, August 17th alone, there was 500,000 people
Oh, yeah.
in the street of Tel Aviv.
I saw that. It was crazy. It was like the whole street was like filled up with
I'll show some images in a second.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing. 1 million people for these protests. The entire country of Israel, the
Yeah.
population is 10 million.
Wow.
So a tenth, like 10% of the entire population of Israel was on the street organizing and protesting.
That's crazy.
It is. It's really crazy. Like, we could not even fathom. If we had 10% of people in America, that would be
That
like
would-
50 million people.
Holy
But
shit.
that's a lot. That's
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people.
a lot of people.
And it's good to see, even if the intentions are maybe still a little bit misled.
Yeah.
It's good to see something is happening. Let me show you guys some pictures of this in a video that I found of this. Okay. So this is it. This is on Sunday where 500,000 people gathered at once. Stop these war. More than 30 protesters were arrested.
I mean, yeah, like,
And Israel, apparently Benjamin
That's
Netanyahu
crazy.
said that their actions will ensure another October 7th, is what that just said,
the fuck?
which is fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
They're saying we should bring back the hostages like we've been saying we're trying to do the whole time.
Yeah.
That's going to make sure that another October 7th happens. Like, what?
October 7th going to happen again.
Yeah.
The second Oh, that person. Wow. I'm surprised they didn't get like thrown out.
Yeah, for real though. So like, it's good to see people
Yeah,
mobilizing in
that is
Israel.
good.
It's good to see some people that are actually a little bit sane to some degree
Yeah.
at least.
In like an insane society.
Yeah, and
It's-
regardless if they're coming out against the genocide or they're coming out for the hostages,
Yeah.
it's good to see people mobilizing against war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu,
Yeah.
who is also corrupt domestically.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's also crazy because like Israel's not like, I mean, not that United States is like has many protections with protesting and stuff, but Israel's like it's definitely not a free speech society.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah, I mean,
Not saying the United States is a free speech society really
yeah,
either.
Yeah,
but,
no.
I mean,
It's
I think it
becoming
might
less
be
and less so.
It might be like a little worse in Israel.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's been really fucked. It's good to see people organizing, especially in this huge of quantities.
Yeah.
But it's probably still not going to really enact that much change, unfortunately. But it's good. It's good to see. Benjamin Netanyahu is actually really unpopular in Israel, but again, mostly not because of the genocide, mostly because of his domestic corruption charges.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I think his trial is actually coming up soon, like next month, actually.
Yeah.
So
We'll
soon.
see how that goes. Yeah.
Very soon.
You want to talk about the State Department stopping the issue?
Yeah, let's talk about that here. I'll pull it up too so I can have it on my screen.
So they're halting
So,
visas of Palestinians, essentially, right?
So Laura Loomer came out.
Oh, God.
When was this article written? August 17th.
Uh-huh.
That was Sunday? No,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Sunday. So I think it was Saturday. She came out and said, not all Palestinians are being like are hurt or whatever, saying pretty much saying like some of them are lying. And then like that's when the State Department came out and issued a thing that's saying we're gonna review all these what were the visas called? Hold on.
I think you put on here they were
Class B and Class B
Yeah.
/ B2 visas. So that's pretty much like visas that they can just quickly apply, come over to the United States, get essential health care they need, and then even just, I mean, I don't know if they stay on them for very long, but I think they just like pretty much come here for health care and they go back to Palestine or they stay here for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. But pretty much like based on the statistics, I can't say that word right, from the State Department, from January 2025 through the end of May 2025, a total of 3,804 Class B1 and B2 visas have been issued for individuals with the Palestinian Authority travel documents, while the State Department numbers do not specify the purpose. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know why they're targeting these poor people who, like, literally, like, Israel's destroyed, like, pretty much all of their healthcare industry or, you know, infrastructure where like barely any hospitals work.
Yeah, there was
I've heard that it's pretty dire with the hospitals.
There was a recent report, UN report, that says that accused Israel of medicide.
Yeah,
which is just because of the complete destruction of every functioning hospital. Like every single functioning hospital has been destroyed. There's some that are like partially functioning.
Yeah.
There's no fully functioning hospitals.
No.
Even doctors that live in Gaza, you know, are stationed in Gaza. Even from people from here, from America, that go to Gaza to help people. They see some of the most fucked up shit imaginable, and they are also starved as well. Like I've watched multiple different doctors talk about this, where they go there to help people. They see. Some of them have described multiple different instances of children being shot in the testicles. I've heard stories of children just bleeding out, like limbless children. The most fucked up shit you can imagine in the world. And on top of that, they go there and they lose a shit ton of weight in the time they're there because they're not fed properly. They eat maybe one meal a day and it's shit, you know, grains of whatever. It's grains of rice and beans or something. Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like not only is the America funding the complete destruction, genocide, and medicide of the Gaza people. But on top of that, when they come here for help, we're not letting them in anymore.
Yeah, this is also a quote from the State Department. All visitor visas for individuals from Gaza are being stopped while we conduct a full and thorough review of the process and procedures used to issue a small number of temporary medical humanitarian visas in recent days.
There's fraud, waste, and abuse.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't actually that hurt. Some of them just are starving, and they're lying about how they lost their leg. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, just let them in,
you
fucking dumbass.
Oh, my God.
But
we give fucking Israelis free healthcare.
Yeah.
By subsidizing all of their military costs with our own money, and you're not going to let Palestinians get any sort of, like, it's just stupid. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. So it's pretty much just like not even...
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
All healthcare in Gaza is hardly functioning. There's some really, really, really hardworking doctors in Gaza.
Yeah, no.
People that are really brave to go there.
Yeah, for real. I think it was the Majority Report a while ago. They interviewed like some lady that went into Gaza for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And she went there for 3 weeks and said it was just horrifying. People were dying all over the place. And there was like hardly like they didn't have the basic medical supplies.
Yeah, they can't. They have to sneak in baby formula. They even doctors aren't allowed to bring in baby formula.
Yeah, no, that's what she said. I think it was Emma or someone asked her if she tried to bring in some. She said no because they just check your whole bag, so they're just gonna take it and like they check your bag and then they like kind of just scan you or something. So it would they would find it.
But I heard some doctors talk about how they had to like hide baby formula in like the bottom of their shoes in like tiny little, like they had to literally find like little pouches and hide it like a drugs, like as if it was like cocaine they were trying to smuggle through TSA to fucking get baby formula into the Gaza Strip. And on top of that, they're not able to get things that Israel could consider as a weapon into Gaza, like a scalpel, a knife, things like that would help for surgeries and medical help. They're not allowed in there because they could be used as a weapon. It's stupid, but that's where we're at.
Yeah,
it's very fucked up. But it's not the only war going on. Okay,
No,
it's actually not a war. That's a genocide. Different situation.
Yeah.
But we also have Russia, Ukraine. It's still happening. I know you don't hear about it as much, but it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's actually escalating right now.
Yeah, no, it is. So I got stuff about the summit between Putin and Trump in Alaska on Friday.
By the way, just to preface, Trump met with Putin in Alaska.
In Alaska.
Why did he meet with him in Alaska?
To talk about.
But why did they meet in Alaska of all places?
I don't know.
Because Putin is a war criminal, and if he were to go to DC, he would
Yeah.
be charged with his war crimes.
Oh shit! I don't know. Okay, I blanked on that.
I'm just saying it's a very important thing to preface.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I forgot because
I did too for a while. I did.
The
too.
ICJ or the ICC issued that a while ago, and yeah, dude. Apparently, Putin's entourage, I guess the plane that he uses, they had to pay in cash because of sanctions that are on him. He can't use the monetary system or the banks.
Well, also, what I'm curious about is why do they have to meet Putin in Alaska? They can meet Benjamin Netanyahu in the White House.
Yeah.
I guess because America is not going to actually go after Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, no.
It's there's the DC mayor is not going to go after Netanyahu.
Yeah, no.
If he goes to New York and Mamdani wins, they might actually go after him.
Yeah.
But I guess because of how a lot of people in America are very anti-Russia, understandably so, that's probably why. Because they would actually go after someone like Putin. Crazy, but...
No, I'm not.
But yeah, Putin went and met with Trump in Alaska. Some very amusing clips came out of that.
Yeah.
For example, Trump waiting on the plane, and he started clapping way too early, and then he stopped clapping, and then he started clapping again way too early, and then he stopped clapping again.
Dude,
he was so excited.
Apparently, also Trump...
like shit, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump and Putin drove in Trump's, armored limousine, just them two. It wasn't even an interpreter or anyone was with them. It was just them two. They were just keep crushing Ukraine. Keep doing it.
Yeah. He also, another thing that's not as important, but it's just funny, is Trump was he was sitting there, he was walking down the long red carpet they rolled out for Putin.
Yeah.
And he was when he was walking, you could see him drifting from this side and then going
it's
over
crazy.
and
He's just
that side.
this.
He could not walk in a straight line for some reason.
He's like, I'm so excited I can't walk.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I was watching Hassan Piker did an interview or a video where he was talking about it, and he was watching the footage where they both got in the limousine. He was like, they're definitely making out in there.
Yeah.
I just love that. They're definitely making out. They're fucking in there for sure. No.
But no, it's just crazy.
So it was not successful, is the understanding. Trump went into the talks saying, we're gonna ask for a ceasefire, we're gonna get a ceasefire.
And they didn't
and
talk
he came out saying, we're gonna get a peace agreement.
Yeah.
Why he changed the rhetoric.
Yeah, he did.
Also, go ahead.
Do you know why Putin is you know what the charges are for Putin for being a war criminal?
I'm not sure on the specifics, actually.
For unlawful deportation of children from Ukraine to Russia, because apparently he's just been the Russian forces have just been kidnapping a bunch of Ukrainian children.
Deportation from Ukraine to Russia?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I mean, I guess you just put them.
Well, I guess you're not doing it legally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you legally do that? And I'm like, oh wait, it's not legal. That's why. That's the crime.
Yeah. But I think I did hear at one point about a lot of Ukrainian children actually being put up for adoption in Russia.
Shit.
Or something like that. It's crazy.
It's really fucked up. I have heard about that, actually. I have heard about that.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay, another thing I wanted to say about this was that since the meetings with Trump, peace has not happened in Ukraine.
Oh, no.
In fact, I saw a graph the other day of the Russian
the
drones,
bombings.
bombings of
They've
Ukraine.
doubled.
They've doubled since the meeting. And also, Russian tanks that have been invading Ukraine have started flying American flags.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that video on Instagram of like the Russian tank with the American flag on it?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
No, not that America is personally involved in sending money to Russia or anything, but it's clear that from the Russian government, the Russian people, the military, they feel like they are allies with us now.
Yeah, literally, like Russian state TV after Putin like left Alaska was like, "This is a big win for Russia,"
and it is
like because like Trump was like shaking his hand like in a positive way, and like it's so fucking crazy.
It is. It really is crazy. It's, I mean,
even like Fox News. I'm pretty sure there's a clip of Fox News talking about like how maybe it wasn't such a good idea that Trump and Putin were kind of like buddying at the summit too much.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it looks bad, but it also it just is bad.
Also, apparently, like Alaska and Russia are actually very close to each other.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I mean, you still skip time zones.
Oh, right, in terms of distance.
Yeah, in terms of distance, because Putin was talking about like Alaska, like he apparently talked because I was watching the Hassan video about the summit, and where he was like, Putin was talking about just like Alaska and how beautiful it is and how like it was a part of Russia. And he's like, this is how he was kind of talking about Ukraine before he invaded it.
Exactly.
In a few days. And like, I don't think Putin would invade United States. We'd blow them off the map.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they're pretty big country.
They do have well, no, we wouldn't fight with them because they also have nuclear capabilities.
Exactly.
So.
I don't know. They probably wouldn't bomb us though.
No,
because they have the same calculate. Kind of, it's a similar calculation that we make with them. I would think. Like, I don't know. I feel like Russia and China are like kind of the only two like comparative forces. But even then, I feel like America is kind of like it's becoming less so. I guess of like the major superpower.
Yeah, we're sunsetting. We're slowly.
Trump is helping with that.
Yeah, no,
like Trump is single-handedly destroying American imperialism on accident.
Yeah, he is.
Which is. I mean, the way he's doing it is not good, but I mean, I guess it's, I don't know, might have some positive benefits on accident.
Yeah.
And then so Zelensky met with Trump as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I think. Wait, when was it?
On Monday, yeah.
Yeah, Zelensky met with Trump on Monday. Let me go to. This is the Wall Street Journal, so I can just go to the app and.
What was the outcome of that? I haven't really heard much about it.
So. Trump-Zelensky meeting. Ukraine is ready for talks, but Russia is non-committed. That's what it says. Oh, fuck. It froze. What the fuck?
So nothing happened?
Kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Let's see.
You wrote here that Zelensky Trump gave Zelensky security guarantees.
Yeah, so he gave like, it wouldn't be a NATO, like guarantee NATO like membership or anything, but it would be like NATO-like security. Where like there would be European... Like, all the EU countries would have some boots on the ground in Ukraine. And then there would be, like... Let me look at this article a little bit more. Hold on. So, they want, like... I think Donald Trump might set up a meeting with, Putin and Zelensky.
I've heard rumblings of that, yeah. I heard, actually,
possible.
on Fox News, he said it might happen.
Yeah.
Or he said he was trying to set it up or something. Also, another thing we should say about the Russia thing real quick is Trump was caught on a hot mic. Did you see this clip? He was caught on hot mic. I think it was in the Oval Office. Yeah. No, it wasn't in the Oval Office. He was in Alaska. Never mind. It was some building that he was in, some fancy building. He had his mic on. I guess he didn't know, and he was talking to one of his like, I don't know, cabinet members or whatever. And he was like, I think he actually wants to deal with me. I think he actually wants to make a deal. Like he was saying that. He's like, can you believe it? He was buttering the fuck out of him. Like Putin was buttering the hell out of him.
No, it's crazy because Putin's always like, yes, Mr. President, of course. And then he just like bombards the shit out of Ukraine and like literally the next day or like a couple hours later.
And then Trump will go on True Social and be like, Vladimir.
Yeah,
Vladimir,
please stop.
No,
this isn't like you.
He literally said, Vladimir, please. That's what he tweeted when he went on like a huge bombardment in Ukraine.
It's crazy, dude.
Another thing.
Yeah.
One of the ways that Putin was buttering the hell out of our president, buttering him up.
Yeah.
He was
oiling him up.
He was oiling him up so that he could fucking fuck him. Yeah. I mean, basically, he metaphorically, maybe literally. I don't know. They were in that limo for a while.
Yeah, we're in there too long.
Yeah, a little bit too long. They parked and they sat in there for a bit.
Yeah.
No, but Trump had talked about how Putin literally said that he brought up the 2020 election and how
he's like, it was stolen from you, Trump.
he said, like, Putin literally said to Donald Trump, he said, like, the 2020 election was stolen. It was like, it's because of all the mail-in ballots and how those you can't verify whether or not those are real, and like how no. And then Trump going on this whole rant about how no other country does mail-in ballots. It's completely false. A lot of other countries do mail-in ballots.
Dude, it's crazy because he voted in mail-in ballots in the 2020 election when he was going around being like, it's not real. Think about it. A lot of them just started trickling in at 3 a.m. It's so crazy.
Literally.
I don't know how they're stealing it. And then like every court that he went to was like, you're just making this shit up. Please stop.
Yeah.
Even the Supreme. I think it went to the Supreme Court. It went to a bunch of federal courts, and then like they were even like, come on, dude, just accept your loss and move on.
Dude, literally.
I mean, they were just like, please stop.
So I have a PBS article. This is what Trump said. He said, you know that we're the only country in the world, I believe, I may be wrong, but but just about the only country in the world that uses mail-in voting because of what's happening. Massive fraud all over the place, Trump said. And PBS reports, they woke PBS. They said
PBS.
Mail-in voting provides more opportunity for fraud than in-person voting, researchers say, but it's still rare, and election officials have safeguards in place. Trump said during August 18th White House remarks that his administration is preparing an executive order to end mail-in ballots because they're corrupt. We asked the White House for evidence to support Trump's statement, and they had no response because they're literally Trump's only source is Putin told me.
I mean, dude, like Putin's like, Mr. President, just remove voting entirely and make it and set it up to where you always win.
No, you know what that reminds me?
What?
When he was meeting with Zelensky,
he
he said to him, or he was talking to Zelensky. I think one of the reporters asked a question about why Zelensky hasn't had elections or whatever, and Zelensky was talking about how there's a fucking war going on. It's not really there's not time, and Trump was like, "So you're telling me if we have war in the next 4 years that no elections?
Oh,
look at that!
Shit.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, I gotta pull this up.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
dude, Trump's gonna be like, the U.S. is gonna help Israel ethically cleanse Gaza, and I'm declaring martial law.
Dude, literally, he's gonna bomb Iran again.
Oh my god,
Trump. But yeah, like he was literally talking about this. Let me look this up.
That's crazy. So like, oh my god, dude, what if he actually goes to war and he's like, oops, I'm president for another 4 years, 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah, dude, for real though.
I don't know, people. We'll see what happens.
Here we go.
Upon peace, God willing, we get peace. Are you open to holding an election in your country?
Yes, of course. We are open for election, yes. We have to do safety circumstances, and a little bit we need to work in the parliament, because during the war you can't have elections, but we can do security. We need, we need a truth, yes, everywhere, in the battlefield, in the sky, in the sea, to make possible for people to do democratic, open, legal elections.
So you say during the war you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good.
What the hell?
I wonder what the...
He said, "Oh, that's good.
That's
good."
Crazy.
I wonder what the fake
You
news
like this
media is
idea?
gonna say.
No.
Zelensky said, "You like this idea?" Oh no.
Dude, that's fucking insane.
It
Trump's
is.
like, I'm gonna invade Iran again. There's weapons of mass destruction there. There is.
Literally.
There totally is. Dude, that's insane.
It is. It's really insane.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm a little bit scared as well. I mean,
But I've been scared for like 7 months.
yeah. I mean, I've thought about this myself. I maybe Trump just now learned about this. I don't know, but like I've thought about this before myself, where I'm like, is Trump is definitely a little bit incentivized in some way. He wants to stay in power. It seems like he would run again if he could. I think.
Oh no, definitely he would.
And he's still not closing out the idea. And also, if he found some excuse to be able to stay in power, he would probably use it. And this is an excuse. And I thought about it before, like, bombing Iran, bombing wherever, like
The
bombing
Houthis.
Yemen. Yeah, like
bombing the Houthis that have like one fighter jet.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
No, but like if he's incentivized to start wars to stay in power, could be a very dangerous dynamic.
It's crazy that it was kind of crazy actually that Zelensky was like laughing.
Yeah, well, he was
little
like,
bit, but-
wait, you like this idea? That's literally what he said. He was like,
Yeah.
you like this idea? It's like, you shouldn't like that idea.
Yeah,
That
no.
was not the point of me saying that. It was,
Yeah.
I was answering the question on why I'm not holding elections during the time of Russia invading the hell out of me and bombing.
Dude, that would be crazy if like Trump just like, I mean, he's doing it right now. A fascist. I mean, he's already done that, but
Yeah, he's like,
like a
5 months before the election year, he's like, let's start a war with China. Let's just bomb fucking China or something.
let's start a war with Taiwan.
Yeah, like
Or some, I don't know.
Taiwan's like our
No, oh yeah,
arm,
Taiwan's
essentially.
our like ally,
yeah,
or like our arm next to China.
yeah. It's our
But
It's our little watch.
Ugh.
Okay, I also want to talk about real
It's
quick
so
before we
crazy.
wrap up. One
Yeah.
more thing, completely unrelated, but I think it's really funny. We should talk about it.
yeah,
Donald Trump made a truth post. Okay, our Lord and Savior Donald Trump made
Yeah.
a truth post.
our orange Lord and Savior.
Yeah, hold on. Donald Trump,
Yeah,
he made a truth actually.
a truth.
Truth. He told the truth. This is what he said about the Smithsonian Museum.
Oh yeah,
He said, museums throughout Washington, but all over the country, are essentially the last remaining segment of woke. And he put woke in quotes for some reason. I don't know why he
Oh
does
my
that. And
God.
he also put it in all caps. He does like weird things when he tweets.
Dude,
He
yeah.
said, the Smithsonian is out of control, where everything is discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been.
Oh my God.
He just called talking about how bad slavery was in a museum
Slavery was
woke.
so good. I loved it. My family profited. Fine, store,
Ay, 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 ay. Dude, it's like, what are you saying? He literally is calling the Smithsonian woke for talking about slavery. It's a fucking museum. He says nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. It's a fucking museum. What is the definition?
My museum is going to be about the future and how great and white it is. No mention of slavery. It didn't happen.
Dude, the definition of a museum, the Google definition of a museum is a building in which objects of historical, scientific, artistic, or cultural interest are stored and exhibited.
Woke.
He's saying,
That's woke.
why is the museum talking about the history of oppression of black people and slavery? That's woke. It's a fucking museum. He's like, why isn't the museum not talking about the future? It's because it's a fucking museum. It's supposed to be about historical events.
Why isn't the museum talking about the oppressed white people?
Why isn't it done talking about the white genocide? We need to have a museum about the white genocide in Africa, South Africa.
Dude, that's crazy. That was like oh my God, that happened like 2 months ago.
He literally brought the fucking leader of South Africa and showed him some bullshit documentary about how
Yeah.
there's white genocide happening in
Like
this country.
Elon Musk made the documentary.
Literally. He probably funded it. But he said, we're not going to allow this to happen. What? And I have instructed my attorneys to go through the museums and start the exact same process that has been done with colleges and universities, where tremendous progress has been made. This country cannot be woke. He put that in all caps too. Didn't put it in quotes this time though. I don't know why. Because woke is broke. He put that in all caps. We have the hottest in all quotes.
Hottest.
In all caps and in quotes for some reason. I don't know why. We have the hottest country in the world, and we want people to talk about it, including our museums.
It's
not
so
about our
crazy.
bad history or whatever.
Not about our bad, like, genocidal to, like, indigenous people history.
Yeah. We
It's like saying, like, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. But it's like going in the British Museum and, like, literally everything from a British museum is, like, from a different country.
yeah,
Like, literally. And you're saying, like, that's not true. British, that's all. But, like, there's just one British museum or, like, I guess multiple British museums where, like, everything in it is from a different country that they were, like, in charge of, like, a long time ago.
Ridiculous.
It's crazy.
All right, guys. With that,
Like, the only museum that is about the future is a museum in Britain.
yeah.
It's just about the future. 'Cause That's all they have. They have nothing else.
Gosh. Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
But with that,
That's a good
you guys
podcast.
next week.
Yeah, see you guys next week. We're actually going to start posting weekly now.
Yeah, we're back to weekly. We had a little bit of a hiatus because of the accidental, just everything was crazy. Just didn't have enough time to sit down and film.
Yeah.
Also, since the last episode, by the way, I posted a video about Fume, which is a sponsor, and I talked about it, and it blew the fuck up. It got like 700,000 views, and then it got demonetized and age restricted. It's a whole thing. So I reposted it, and it got 600,000 views again.
And YouTube was being a little sus about it.
They demonetized that too.
Changed my mind.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but the point is, because I posted that video and it blew up my channel, I went from like 58,000 subscribers to like 86,000 or no, 80. Is it 86 now?
Yeah, you're at 86 now.
Damn, 86.2. That's crazy. But because that happened, it also funneled a lot of people over here to the podcast. A couple hundred. I think we're almost at 800 subscribers now.
Yeah, I was gonna say a couple hundred. Where are we at now?
So
yeah,
thank you guys so much for everyone who came over here from that video or from my channel. Really appreciate you guys. And if anyone's still watching this, be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, we're literally like one away from 780.
Hell yeah.
So
like the video, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Comment what you think about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think slavery is woke? Or do you think talking about slavery is woke?
Comment down below if you think slavery is woke. If you think...
we should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Slavery woke.
Is slavery woke?
If slavery's woke, museums are woke.
Also, one more thing.
Yeah.
They made this new PragerU thing to like replace PBS. And literally it was like Christopher Columbus character talking about how slavery was not that bad in context. In like a kid's cartoon.
That's crazy. No, I know in Florida they have PragerU videos like all over the place. I think in schools actually.
Yeah. PragerU they're trying to make PragerU the new PBS Kids.
That's fucking
insane. But in this specific one, literally we're like, no, you gotta think about the context of the time, and slavery wasn't that bad at the time. It was like, what are you saying?
It was just a bunch of hardworking people.
Yeah. Oh my God. They wanted to be. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. Ugh. But yeah.
It's insane.
That's all I had to say. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
Rate 5 stars. Like the video. Whatever. See you guys next time. See ya.